What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Trash and Talk Pod, episode 3.
Episode 3.
I'm here. I'm Wayne, the garbage man Owen. This is Kurt, Big Daddy Goetz. How you feeling, Kurt?
Feeling all right. Feeling all right. A lot of good things happening.
Nice.
I'm happy with the way the podcast is going. I'm happy with the comments I'm getting from people. It's made me feel good.
Truth, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a process. We're getting there. I got a new truck.
Nice. Congrats.
New pickup truck.
Sweet.
Nice. Black on black on black.
All right. That's a lot
So
of
now
black.
I'm incognito.
Oh, all right.
Well, I went from red, which was
Yeah, you're a fire
very
truck
noticeable.
runner around.
Everybody was noticing me.
Yes, 100.
Now I'm incognito. You know, with the fame and all from the podcast,
Oh, jeez.
I have to be incognito now.
Well, then, you know, what we're going to need then, people, is some subscriptions
Yes.
to help pay for Kurt's truck, please.
Please. To subscribe is free.
Yeah, it is. Just, you know, if you're on YouTube and you don't have an account, it's just an email. I talk to all, you know, parts of YouTube. They will not send you all kinds of stupid emails. So just to sign up and subscribe.
Yeah. We
you're in.
appreciate all the views. We hit over 1,000 views already.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
which is
Everybody's
nice.
been great.
Thank you so much to everybody that's watching the videos,
Yeah, the
commenting. We
feedback's
love
been
it.
great. Yeah, so
We love it.
and it's been good, and we appreciate it, and we're just looking, like I say, we tell everybody we're just doing this for fun, and we want to just have a few laughs and reminisce of good times that we had on the job, and
Meet a lot of cool people too.
and we're gonna I've been talking to a lot of people. Actually, I was with some people yesterday.
Where were you yesterday? Oh, wait a minute, people. I just like to say, Wayne asked me how I was doing. Now I'm doing good. The only thing that changed was my middle son went back off to college. Sucks. South Carolina,
Yeah,
Myrtle Beach.
Gerald, be good, kiddo.
Yeah, be
safe.
good, man. Be
Have
safe.
fun.
Won't get too fucked up out there.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta have fun. That's what you learn.
Yeah, well, you know.
They learn, you know, and that's the thing too. But yeah, Gerald's off to college. And
Yeah, it's junior
God
year.
bless him. Yeah.
But, you know, speaking of him getting, drinking and getting fucked up in college, because that's what college kids do. But, Wayne's worried about how I'm doing today. Let's ask Wayne how he's doing today. He had a 6-hour country concert last night.
Yes, I did.
How'd that go, my
attend.
friend?
I did attend a Chesney and Zach Brown and Mega Maroney and Uncle Cracker concert yesterday.
I've been
I can't
compared
even
to
say
Uncle-
last night.
I've been compared to Uncle Cracker.
You kind of look like him.
Yeah. When I have the scruff, I look like Uncle Cracker.
All right.
I don't think that's a good thing.
Maybe Uncle Crackhead.
but I'll roll with it. How was the concert, man?
No, it was fucking awesome. They always put on a great show, but I'm in like the middle row on the struggle bus right now. I'm gonna get through this though.
It's not bad. There's a question I want to ask you. Maybe the people out there, our fans want to know.
What you got?
You mentioned something to me earlier before the podcast started. We were just talking.
Okay.
What the fuck is a portable potty? Because I have no idea what that is, but you did bring it up, so we're gonna go here with it.
I'll tell the people. I mean, I've been going to country concerts probably at least 15, 16 years.
Damn.
Wendy, my wife Wendy, I thank her for that. Because, nothing against my previous time listening to music. I was like in a rap, kind of stage of my life.
Well, we all were.
And I still listen to all that Woo, Biggie, all that stuff. Props to all those guys. But I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't listen to that music. It was a different part of my life. So I went to country music. Wendy got me into it. And then we started going to concerts. And for people who've been to concerts with me, y'all know. And just in life, I want everybody around me to have a great time.
That's what it's all about.
I want everybody to have fun. I bring everything. Normally, when I had the bigger pickup truck, I used to bring all lawn furniture. I'd take 7 spots up with all the
It's
furniture.
all about
and
the
shit.
tailgate, right?
The tailgates were out of control, but one year, listening to all the girls complain that, the porta potties are disgusting, guys are jerk offs, blah, 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 blah. Because for the most part they are. Like they're pissing all over the walls. Like it's fucking gross. But anyway, I went and got like a camping little portable potty with a tent, and I bring it to all the concerts.
So it's enclosed.
It is enclosed.
The women have their privacy. Do we have any potpourri in there or anything?
No.
It's just a tent with a
No,
potty.
it's terrible. It stinks.
Maybe a little flower or something, a fake plant or something in there.
Yeah, actually, because I've had it over 10 years.
Oh my God.
The tent, we took it out this time, and I didn't hose it down last time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And some guys piddle here and there. But I got to get a new tent. It's seen its last leg. I was missing parts yesterday. It was not a great start to the tailgate.
All right. Well, you did get the tent up, though.
I did, and we met awesome people. I went with like 10, 15 people. We met new people, and that's the great thing about country concerts, Kurt. You've been there. You've you've gone to a few. Like, just everybody's just having a blast.
Everybody's
There's no arguments, no fights, no nothing.
No.
I had a couple. There was a couple, but there was like maybe 7, 8 friends next to us. They set this massive tent up. I didn't bring one because I didn't have the room. I got the small truck now.
Yeah.
And the minute they were done, they're like, hey, listen, by the way, me and Wendy was standing there because we were waiting on everybody else. They're like, hey, by the way, if it rains, you're more than welcome to come hang out under the tent.
That's just how people are at those concerts, man. They're awesome.
And it don't matter where you are.
No.
I've been in, Jersey. I've been to Philly.
Tennessee.
I've been to Tennessee concerts. I've been to concerts in Boston. It don't matter where you are. No. It's just the atmosphere is amazing. I'm getting chills just talking about it because it's a great time. I've never seen a fight at a country concert.
I seen one fight at a country concert.
So you fought somebody at a
No. Country Fest in Hunter Mountain. Country Fest is a 3-day festival. It's just like they don't do it anymore. It's just like the one in Tennessee. So I'm sitting there. There's like 12 of us. We all used to go together. It was a great time. And it's all lawn. The whole thing. You're up the mountain. It's awesome.
So it's a mess.
Depending how early you get is how good you're located to the stage. And I'm talking to my brother-in-law at the time. I'm like, what the hell happens if a fight breaks out in this thing? I go, I don't see security. I know there's security there, right?
Yeah.
And I used to do that kind of stuff, bouncing and stuff. And I'm looking around and I'm going, there's no way. There's no
they probably can't get
way.
To everyone.
Well, listen to me,
it's just
dude.
a mess of people.
This little shoving match fight broke out in front of us.
Yeah.
And they swarmed in a minute. I was like,
really?
Where the fuck were all these guys from? So that's the only time I've ever seen it. I mean, I went to a concert in Philly.
Yeah.
And Philly's, a lot of hot-ass people and shit. But everybody, from the tailgate to inside the venue, everybody was just wanted to have fun.
Yeah. No, it's always a good time. And those two guys, I've seen Chesney probably, it's got to be 15, 18 times.
Yeah, he's awesome.
We travel around
Legend.
with Chesney. Yeah, he's awesome. And Zach, I've seen probably 12 to 15 times. And he put on a show last night, man. Zach Brown, whatever he went through, with wives and family and shit.
Coming out the other side, all right, man.
He came out jacked up. And his band, what always gets me, and like everybody said, like I would tell everyone, if you weren't a country person, to the first concert you should go to is a Zach Brown concert. And they're right, oh, why? Well, my thing is because he comes out with an 11-piece band.
And he gets everybody involved.
Everybody involved.
Yeah.
But it's 11 guys, girls too. I think his bass is a girl, his bass drum player is a girl, and somebody else, I think. But they're all playing in every song. And it's a band. It's unbelievable to see. He's a great singer. And
so you had an amazing time.
Awesome
the
night.
Wife had a great time.
Wendy had a great time.
And once the wife has a great time, that's all that matters, man.
Yeah, Keith, Carolyn,
You looked a little foggy when I walked in today. You looked a little foggy. I'm just going to say that.
Well, somebody had to be responsible, Kurt. So, I did. I had quite a few in the tailgate. And then once I went inside, it was just all waters.
This is how we know Wayne Owen is growing up. Because everybody that knows Wayne Owen that's watching this, that's a big deal for Wayne.
Those days are over, folks.
It's a big deal for Wayne.
I take that path a lot nowadays. And
that's selfless, man. You did good. You said, let me let the wife get a little drunk. The kids aren't here this weekend.
Yeah.
And maybe we can have a little boom boom time after.
Oh, my Jesus Christ.
Well, it happens.
So on that note, so that was it for today. No, but it was.
Thank you for showing up.
Truly is. It was a great night.
That's awesome, bro.
The bad part of people come out, of course, when you're trying to leave the parking lots. Like it's just mayhem. But you expect 6,000 cars to get out of one friggin' road. So it doesn't make any sense.
It's just the same thing as when you're at a football game there.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes forever to get out. That's the worst part of it, of course.
Yeah, but it was a blast. Everybody that we were sitting around was great.
That's good, man. You made new friends, you said.
We had a lot of fun.
More people
and they live up the block.
And you'll go to concerts with them.
Well, they live up the block. I didn't get the guy's number, but Ricky, if you're out there, if you happen to remember, I told you about this. Hit me up. But yeah, they live right in Homedale. They were good people.
That's awesome, bro.
But yeah, while we're on the music thing, last Thursday, maybe Friday, did you happen to see I don't know if everybody remembers or you remember the guy Oliver Anthony from last year.
Yes.
Came out with that song that kind of like sparked a little, I don't want to say hate, but like sparked a conversation
Of a little division, maybe.
a little
between people.
division of but you know, it depends who you ask. Some people saw it division, some people saw it like as a what the fuck are we doing? Like
Well,
brought us together kind of.
The way I look at it, it's music.
Of course.
You know, so
Speech, freedom of
it's
speech.
freedom of speech.
Get your
Somebody's
shit
gonna
out.
get the way he feels out.
100%.
Just because he feels that way doesn't mean he's wrong. He's entitled to his own thoughts
Yeah.
and everything else. So when people bring in the division of it, or like just say, I'm not saying anybody did, but compared to Trump or Biden, or whatever, it's music, people.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what I love about music. I
Yeah.
could love whoever the hell I want.
Definitely. And like I said, I mean, I still listen to rap music.
Yeah.
I still, do I agree with some of the shit people say in music? No, but
No.
if it's catchy and I like
And you
it.
like it, yeah.
All
What's the
right.
difference?
Am I not going to let my kids listen to some of that stuff at this moment in their lives? No, but eventually they probably will.
Yeah, they will. Because my kids are, my daughter's 17, Gerald's, Kylie's 17, Gerald's 19, will be 20 in November, and John's 20, going to be 24.
That's scary. I can't
So
believe these fucking
my
kids are
kids,
this
like,
old.
like my kids like Biggie. They like Tupac.
Yeah.
They love Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it because it's what I listen to. But when they get old enough to understand it's just music, even if it's rap music and portraying a part of their life or what happened, it's still
Exactly.
what happened in their life, and they're trying
Yes.
they're trying to send a message out.
Yeah. And they're
They're not
not
telling you to do something
do
wrong.
it. Yeah,
you know
exactly. Yeah, they're not telling you to go, hustle the streets and all that
No.
nonsense. Like that, I think it was who was it? Eminem, right? Had that song where it was like the kid wrote into him saying,
Stan.
Yeah, Stan or whatever it was. And that song was a sick hit, but if you sat and listened to it, you were like, holy shit. Like some people take this stuff too seriously.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like you got nothing else going on in your life, sitting around eating ice cream on the couch, who you voting for is in your head, whatever. That's fine. But it's
Well, you
music.
get a guy like Jelly Roll,
Jelly
who's very
Roll.
positive and tells
My
you,
guy.
life is great. You come out the other side.
Yeah.
1 minute you're a damaged garbage man. The next minute you're a podcaster. Life is great.
Yeah, Jelly Roll. We'll get him one day.
I'd love to get Jelly Roll on here. I love that guy.
But yeah, so the whole Oliver Anthony thing, like I said, kudos to him. It's been a year. I can't believe it's a year already that song came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the positive of it was if you just listen to the lyrics, and you understand just what's going on in this world. Is just every side is a mess, people. Yeah. And I'm not gonna. This is not about politics. I will never talk politics with anybody because I don't know enough about it.
No, neither do I.
And I do that a lot. If I don't know something about something, I'm not even gonna argue with you about it.
No, 100%.
But the reality of that song, you can't be any party and not agree with everything that was said on that song.
It was true.
Because it's the stuff that's now in the open.
And it's the stuff that hits middle America mostly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The struggle and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which
So-
everybody is going through.
And the people
Everybody's
that
going
didn't
through.
like it were the
know?
people that he was talking about.
Collectively, this world should just, everybody should get together and work through it other than divide from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my personal
There's got to
opinion.
be a middle somewhere for everybody.
You hope that's what'll come.
And some people just took the stuff too seriously.
Yeah,
So
like I said, it's music, man.
that's it. And
It's
music
supposed to make you feel a certain way.
it gets me through the day every day.
Yeah, without a doubt, 100%. I love
There's
music.
days where I need more. There's days where I need a little less. It's all types of music, dude.
That's all
I listen to a lot, and sometimes people, like when I send them a song, I'll send my sister songs all the time. I'll send friends a song, and they're like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" And legit, but it's like Christian music. It's just something that if you're having a bad day, it'll get you through it.
Yeah.
Some people just need it. And that's the thing about music. It'll get you through whatever you're going through. If you just sit, relax, listen to the words, and just let it fly. You know.
Yeah.
So
Certain
and people
songs
need
hit you a
it.
certain way, bro.
Yeah,
It can take you out of a funk. You know
It
what I
was
mean?
great, dude. The show was crazy. They're great,
awesome.
and it's just
Sick
an
invite, by the
amazing
way.
time.
Sick invite.
I will show. I'll take a picture of the text message because I did text you to come to the tailgate.
Well, would everybody, if you guys remember, first episode I was wearing my glasses. I just didn't like how it looked on camera in them. So I've really been trying to navigate without glasses a little bit. So maybe he did send me a text. I might not have seen it because I can't see.
Let's put the glasses back on.
All right, the glass ain't going on while we're filming. I got yelled at by too many people.
Oh man,
my significant other yelled at me.
But yeah, I think I did. I did invite you. I did. Well, what I told you was to come to the tailgate at least, because that's the best part about it.
Well, next one I'll definitely go. Can I come to the next one?
Definitely.
And one other question, and we could the music thing. We could talk about something else.
Yeah, no.
Can I use the porta potty?
Of course, I got to get a new tent though.
Well, do me a favor.
Get one beforehand.
If it's get a 2X tent, because the regular tent, let's not fool around. I'm broad. I'm wide.
So what happened was actually, you want to talk about that? 2 concerts ago, I bought a new tent.
Okay.
And I think it was made for midgets.
Jesus.
And Wendy was like, "No, this ain't gonna work."
Yeah.
So
once again, Wayne,
that's still up in the attic. That's gone.
Regret.
Yeah, I should have never did
Wayne
that.
is very impulsive, but we won't talk about that this episode.
But no, so yeah, music. The concert was great, and it was good times, man. It was a lot of fun.
Not to totally veer away from that, but I wanted to bring something up. So I've been talking to Dags a lot.
Okay.
Right, and it made me think a lot about the difference between when I worked in Manhattan and then when I came to Staten Island.
Okay.
So when we were in Manhattan, it was more you lived in Staten Island, right? So when you got done, you just wanted to drive home.
Yeah.
You wanted to go home, and there wasn't really, during work was awesome. You're in the locker room, camaraderie, everything was great.
Yeah.
But as of hanging out with the guys, I never really got to do that out of work with all those guys. Maybe because I wasn't there long enough, or just maybe because the whole thing I wanted to go home, Yeah,
you don't spend as much time with the guys in Manhattan when we worked in Manhattan with those guys.
But I was talking to Dags about softball.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I miss those days.
Those days were awesome, man.
Yeah, I miss those days, and we had a lot of fun. We would play with guys, and it all started because when we came to Staten Island, they did a softball tournament between all the garages.
Yes.
And it was great because, we have 3 garages on Staten Island 1, 2, and 3. The landfill was there.
Yeah.
And then you had the office people.
Yes.
The borough.
The borough, that's right.
And it was great. The what society did that again?
Columbia.
Holy Name.
Oh no, the Holy Name. You're right. The Holy Name Society did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was the Holy Name Society. You're right.
Yeah, so the society would put it together to get members. Whatever.
It'd be a barbecue and all that stuff.
It'd be a lot of fun. And yeah, dude, oh God, Marty. Do you remember when I hit Marty with the shovel? Yeah, we went. We had a few too many sometimes, and we had a lot of fun.
It wasn't during work time, people. So
no. It was all after work, and it was tournament style. Yeah. It was just a good time. So what we did with that team, with the guys all that showed up from Staten Island 1 when we were there, we all got a team together, and we would do it. And it was great too because the guys,
my brother, Dags.
Your brother, I'm just trying to think of the guys with kids at the time.
Oh yeah, kids.
So it was great. So when I say I remember his kids when they were babies, I do, and I know that's so everybody says that. I hate when people say that, but no, it was great. I saw those are the memories of those kids when they were young. They would come to the ball field with their fathers and their mothers, and they would hang out, and it was just a lot of fun, and it was tight.
It was,
and
tight.
We didn't have that in Manhattan.
No, that's what I'm saying. When I talked to Dags, it brought up a lot of memories.
Yeah,
about how different it was between Staten Island and Manhattan. It was just an immediate. It was just an immediate brotherhood. It was crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It just right off the bat.
Well, also too. All right. You know what? Let's think about this too, because when you're in Manhattan, in a garage in Manhattan, no one lives in Manhattan.
No,
I think 2 guys, and those guys that worked in Manhattan, you would never think owned houses or apartments in Manhattan.
In Manhattan, yeah, you're right.
They were the scraggly,
yeah.
But they got rent control, and they've been there a long time. But then when you're on Staten Island, everybody lives in Staten Island.
Yeah.
So we're back to everybody kind of has the same, they like the same things, and they go to the same restaurants, to bars, and you meet people's families, and you get tighter, and it's a lot of fun. So
yeah, I enjoyed it. You remember your first day?
I do. But while you're on that subject, let's not forget, I want to give shout out to Staten Island Little League.
Oh, that's
South
right.
Shore
That's right.
is in the Little League World Series right now.
They won again today.
Yeah, they won today.
9 o'clock in the morning, they had a game. They won.
They woke up. I think that first game was a little like
yeah, a little wake up call.
Yeah, they had a little wake up call, thinking they were, who they were. And listen, it's like typical Staten Island, right? We have everybody I know on Staten Island has a broad, like, this is who I am, kind of thing. They feel good about themselves, right? So that's how they showed up. And unfortunately, they lost the first game, but they've been on a roll. And I hope they go, all the way. I would
love to see that, man. I would love to see that.
I think it'd be great for them in Staten Island, and
it's good people.
Let
me tell you, that South Shore Little League is set up so nice. I don't know if you've seen it. You've been gone a little bit, but they built a stadium in there. It's
really,
it's gorgeous.
I haven't been out there in a long time, long time. But that guy, I don't know his name, but that coach has been doing this for a long time, and kudos to him for putting the time in.
Yeah, I watched him on an interview. He was really funny.
Yeah, and he's got a real job, and then he does that, and it helps the kids, And when you get to those kind of things, it's about the kids.
Yeah,
it's not about him, winning something and getting a plaque. No, it's you do all that. You give all that time for the kids.
Yeah, because remember what Wayne's saying. This guy's an older guy. He doesn't have any kids on the team.
No,
he's just been involved with the Little League.
He's been this coach for 33 years. I think they said, or something like that.
It's amazing.
And to bring it up to, and I'm not bringing me into this and like my story about it, but it's given the time, and you know what, I'm gonna get into this, and it's not really. I don't know. I don't want to argue and fight with people about it. Because I did a little bit. No, it's just I don't want people to take it the wrong way. But all right, parents, I got one thing to say.
Go all right. Shoot your shot, kid.
You got to start really chilling out and let the coaches do what they do.
I don't think that's ever going to stop.
It truly is sad what's going on right now. I came up with a little thing that if I can remember what it was, where, all these parents nowadays, and I'm a parent. It is what it is. I got 2 boys. I got 2 kids.
Yeah.
But they're all putting their kids on pedestals, but without building the structure for the fucking pedestal.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And the kids are just as bad as some of the parents.
Listen.
They don't listen. They think they're the best. Meanwhile, I don't know. It's hard. I coached, and I'm bringing this up, but go ahead.
No, just sports supposed to be about discipline.
Yeah, learning.
Camaraderie.
Yes.
Teamwork.
100%.
That's all stuff, if you really push that on kids, that are going to carry them through their life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's all like building skills, or however you want to say it. But I agree with you. Listen, I helped coach my kids tackle football, and I'm not gonna be a fool. There was times that I was yelling and screaming and at refs, but I was a coach, so I don't know if it made it right or wrong. But I didn't like my kids to feel like they could just speak to anybody any way they wanted.
Yeah,
a lot of these young kids do. They'll say stuff to a ref. They'll say stuff,
and that's what bothers me the most. And I had that a few times this year coaching basketball. It's your job.
Basketball.
I hate to.
A guy like you?
Yeah.
Oh wait, Wayne's 6'4".
So the kicker is like that's the worst part about it right now is the parents and the kids saying stuff to the refs.
Yeah.
That's what frustrates me. It's my job as a coach, if I don't like something that the ref did, to say something.
Yes, I agree.
Don't be ignorant. Don't scream. Don't curse at them. You're around kids.
Some of the parents get nuts.
You say what you got to say. Stripes, come on. Really? Like, that's not really what it was.
Just some parents get crazy.
And I do get frustrated.
I don't blame you.
And when I get home after the game, I get spoken to like a child by my wife that I did this wrong, I did that wrong. But I know and I'm not saying I know how this is and I know that and I'm the great coach. No. I know I did something wrong, but I was trying to show my kids that I'm not letting them. I know something happened. Something was wrong.
Yeah.
I got to say it, though.
Yeah.
I had a kid this year that was literally screaming at the ref, where I mean, if that was my kid, I would have walked over and took the kid out of the gym. And now I couldn't even control the kid. The kid was like cursing at the ref. Thank God I have an unbelievable assistant coach who's a neighbor of mine, and he grabbed him, not grabbed him, like pulled him, but like grabbed him, sat him at the end of the bench, and literally sat there and got in his face and said, dude, you have to chill out.
Yeah, you have to calm down.
Because we couldn't get him to stop. And the father's just sitting back like this is normal.
Well, either the father doesn't want to get involved with you guys, trying to think, oh, it says, let them handle it. But
no, but I'm not a babysitter.
No, let me finish. Let me say this.
Yeah.
It's the father's job
Yes.
to make sure his kid doesn't act like that.
Yeah.
No, nobody's saying the father
Structure.
can't walk over. I would have walked over to the bench and I would have said to my son, are you out of your mind?
Structure.
What are you doing right now?
You can't build a house without a base, without a foundation.
Yeah.
These kids have no foundation anymore. Everybody's in the phones. You know, how many games do I go to and all the parents are looking at their phones? Why are you putting your kids in a sport
No,
that first off, they don't even want to be there?
The only reason you should be on the phone is if you're videotaping your kid.
Exactly. Act like you want to be there.
Yeah.
And that's what frustrates me. And it's not, you know, I'm not being specific to any parents. What I'm just saying is like that we're on my teams or something. I'm not saying that, just the one. But, you know.
I've seen a lot of stuff too.
It's frustrating. You know, like that guy's given 30 years of his life to coaching these kids. He's probably coaching them all year round.
Yeah.
And, you know, if something goes wrong or he yells at a kid because the kid's not listening, now a parent's got to get involved and now argue with the coach. No, if you do what you do at home, then it makes my life easier as a coach.
Yeah.
First off, teach them, do not speak to adults like this. Don't say these words and you know, don't act like a fool.
Well, it's a reflection on them too. They should feel embarrassed themselves.
True. And none of them don't.
No, it's some parents think it's funny.
And last year
That's
when
the
I was
sad part of it
coaching,
all.
yeah. And last year when I was coaching, and I was approached by parents all the time. Good, not bad. One of my kids, you know, he took a hard foul, right? I think there was he was setting a pick. Somebody set a pick, and I try to teach the kids, call out the picks. I'm trying to teach these kids basics so they don't get hurt and they could want to play next year.
Remember tell them the age group there.
You know, the fifth graders, fourth and fifth graders.
Yeah, so
you know, so yeah, they think they're all stars because they shoot the hoop that's only 9.5 feet in the driveway. It's actually not even 10, and they're all stars. Then they come out and they can't even run up and down the court. They're exhausted.
Yeah,
but to get back to that one parent, and they're awesome, and I know them personally, and they're great people, but the kid got hurt, like fell down after the pick was set, and he stood up and pushed the kid. And I literally walked out on the court and yelled at him and said, get over here now. We don't do that.
Yeah.
I do not do that. So go apologize to the kid. I don't care. You could say whatever. Oh, screw that, this and that. No, you got to teach this kid to be a child and to be respectful.
Yeah.
For everyone around them. And the parents thanked me. I actually apologized to them. I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. They were like, you crazy?
Yeah.
They're like, thank you, because we don't want to raise that kind of kid, and we don't.
When you're a coach, you're not there just to teach them the sport. You're teaching them to be a good young
be
woman
humans.
or man.
Yeah.
No, a good person contributing to society. I know it sounds weird me saying that, but you're not only teaching them the sport, you're teaching them how to have respect for the game, respect for other people, all of that.
Yeah, and it's tough,
I applaud
man.
you for that, dude.
It's
a good
tough
move,
because, you know, and this year, you know, I had a parent yelling from the sidelines, oh, coach, tell him to use more elbows.
Elbows.
Fuck is wrong
elbows.
with you? Yeah.
Fourth graders dropping elbows.
I just don't get it. Like, what is wrong with these parents?
Can I tell you a messed up story?
All right.
So I'm coaching football.
Okay.
And
was it Pee-wee? Staten Island football?
Pee-wee. Staten Island Pee-wee. It's disbanded now, but Staten Island Pee-wee. John and Joe both played in it, right? So Gerald's playing in the game. It's not even a regular game. It was like a preseason game. We're playing a team from the Bronx.
Okay.
We're playing them at Farrell High School.
All right. Nice
the
little
team
place.
came there by ferry and train to Oakwood to play us.
That's
Imagine
commitment.
That.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
commitment.
that, right?
Carrying all the pads and everything else.
So now the kids come there. They're huge. They're definitely out of weight because, you know, you had to be a certain weight to play.
To play, yeah.
In that division or whatever. So Gerald's was our center or whatever. So Gerald gets hurt, hyperextends his knee, right? So I put him back in. He wanted to go back in. I put him back
What
in.
most kids do.
I put him back in, and he goes down, and he's hurt. So and he's hurt bad. So I grab my son. End of the game. I grab my son. I throw him over my shoulder. I'm walking to my car to take my son to the hospital.
Yeah.
And a parent comes up to me from the team and says, "How come so and so didn't get any play time at quarterback today?" I said,
"It's crazy."
I said to the mother, I said, "Are you crazy right now?" She's like, "What do you mean? I'm carrying my son over my shoulder. He can't walk to take him to the hospital. You're worried about your son not playing quarterback. in a game that didn't matter?"
Yeah.
I'm like, this is how the parents think. This is why I wanted to say
it's
it.
Hard,
and I'm
man,
like,
yeah.
Where are your fucking principles? Like, how fucking crazy could you be to even say that to somebody?
They don't have any.
That's the problem. You're 100% right. And thank you for bringing that up.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard because it's tough when you put your time in. And yeah, did I put my time in because I want my son to learn? I'm not the best coach. I'm not the best player. But I had a great coach growing up. You know, my best friend's father coached me all through grade school.
Didn't your sister coach you in basketball too?
No, my sister never coached me in basketball.
I thought she did. What? Did she coach basketball?
Yeah, she did.
At Peters?
At St. Peter's Girls. She's actually an amazing coach. And she still does all kinds of things like that. She still coaches volleyball in Jersey. Right? Yeah. She still coaches volleyball in Jersey. She was coaching basketball, but the school closed. But yeah, I had a coach growing up where he was, and I don't want to say determined, but like he wouldn't let us, jerk around. He was there to coach us how to play the game.
And how to be a young man.
So it's an organized sport. And if you don't play, your kid never played organized sports, it's tough for you to tell me that, yeah, he's been playing for 3 years. Well, where's he been playing?
Yeah.
And it's sad for the kid now because the parents, they rate their kids. They rate them at, oh, my kid's a 3. I had a kid this year, and you know what? I'm not going to say it's a bad story, but they rated him a 2. Okay? He was a good kid. Nothing against him, not against the parents.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about right now.
So when I was coaching.
No, rating kids.
Oh,
what is that?
So what you do is like when you sign your kid up, when you sign your son up for basketball to play in the rec league in my township, they ask you certain questions, and the way you answer the questions is they give it a rating.
Okay.
So 1 to 5.
Okay.
And parents, either 3, 4. Okay. There's random 5s. There's really because they're normally playing like travel ball.
Yeah.
So, but this kid, they rated him a 2. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
That's what they do out here in Jersey. So I'm like, all right, he's a 2, should be fine. I mean, it's sad because it's the parents' fault now. The kid couldn't even reach the hoop. So it's like, now I feel bad for this kid. But now I got a job to do.
Yeah, you got to.
And my job, that kid has to learn something this year. And if it's just one thing, I did my job.
Yeah.
If he just knows where to be and where to go and how to pass the ball.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make a basket, he doesn't make a basket. Doesn't matter to me. I want him to learn one thing so that if he goes to the next coach and the coach says, "Hey, do you know 2-3 defense?" Yes, I do. I'll play center. And he knows where to go.
That's awesome.
That's what you have to do, right?
But that's your job.
Exactly. And that's why you do the time. There's going to be kids like that. You're not going to get all 5s.
But you got to remember,
and you're just running out there like.
When you volunteer for that.
You know what you get involved in.
Yes.
Definitely.
100%.
So, and that's kind of why.
It's a shame that parents become a big part of it.
Yes. And some parents do it because they're kind of forced because they need coaches.
Yeah.
Like I volunteer to do it. I have my partner up the block, my neighbor volunteers to help me. It's awesome. There are some parents that are thrown into it, and I feel bad for them, but at the same time, I feel bad when the parents are like mad at them if they lose. Like they're not winning or this and that. Guy, listen, not everybody played organized basketball. Yeah, did we all play pickup at some point in our lives? Probably. Yeah. But if you don't know the rules, through and through, how can you coach kids? So it's tough, but they try. I give shout out to all yous out there that coach any age, any whatever. You give your free time. Kudos to you.
Yeah.
But real quick with that kid didn't score a basket all year. He had 2 foul shots in the last game of the year. He couldn't hit from the box 2 feet away.
He drained
Fucking
them?
got fouled. Fucking hits 2 free throws.
Awesome.
Dude, and it was perfect because the mother got the camera out, the video. It's a life memory that she'll have forever.
That's awesome.
It was fucking awesome. It made my year. I didn't give a fuck that we lost the first round of the playoffs or second round. I don't give a shit. It's not about winning, people.
No, it's about learning.
It's about these kids learning and having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, losing sucks, but at the same time, it's like, just let them play the game. Stop yelling like idiots from the sideline. They can't hear you anyway.
Yeah.
How many times do I tell people they can't hear you?
Yeah.
I've played sports.
Yeah.
The better ones are the football players. I go to a football play, like a high school football game, and the parents are screaming from the sidelines. Folks, let me explain something to you. The kids are wearing helmets. There's guys talking the whole game. The last person they hear is you screaming like a moron from the sideline in the stands.
Block
You
on!
sound like a moron, and they cannot hear you. Dude, it frustrates me so bad.
You look very frustrated.
It bothers me so much.
Maybe we
and I
need to-
played high school ball, and that's another shout out I give to Coach Bill Sullivan. That guy gave me my structure to be a man, to be a human. Yes, he was hard on us. That's how coaches were back then. But he taught us things that he didn't let us jerk around and be assholes. He taught us how to be an adult and how to treat people and how to play football. And it was a blast. And I thank him for that.
I thank him too, because Wayne's a fine young gentleman.
This episode is brought to you by Magic Cobra Tattoo Shop in Brooklyn, New York. Check out both of their locations, 667A 5th Avenue and 775 Driggs Avenue. Go see Woods and the rest of all of his great artists. We thank them for all their support. But yeah,
where we leave off? You coming to the garage.
No, well,
Staten Island 1. Who's the first guy you met?
no, I wanted to get to the transfers. So
Ooh, transfers.
before I came to Staten Island and before you went to Staten
Yes,
Island.
sir.
So when you're on the city job, right? At least I know, and I think the cops might be I don't know if they're the same as ours. But anyway, so each garage is allotted so many spots. So say there's 100 spots in Staten Island 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Those 100 spots are locked up. Yes. Can you have what they used to call it when a guy would detached?
Yes.
You would have a guy that knew somebody, so they would get detached to the garage. But it was
Close to
not.
home.
Yeah, it was not a.
It wasn't a permanent position.
You weren't permanently in there, but I think after some time, a year there, they did that.
No.
I thought so.
You
You
were above other people with transfers in who had you beat just because it was a hardship.
yes,
That's what it was called, right? A hardship.
a hardship, I think. But those were tough because you were like at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
that was a tough thing. But you also were going through something, so you needed it. You needed to be close to home.
Some
whatever.
guys had a sick relative or a parent or wife or kid.
So that was one way you can get there, but you had to put a transfer in. So you had to fill this piece of paper out. It was annoying, and to be honest, like
You had 3 choices.
yeah, but it's not like you're going to buy a new house. Let's just put it this way in perspective. All right, I want to go buy a new house. So I'm going to look at 3 houses because you have 3 choices, but you get to go see the house. I didn't go see where I was going. I had no idea.
No.
So everybody's like, "Oh, where do you want to go?" And
Neither
they're
did I.
like, "Hey, you put Staten Island
1, 2,
in."
3.
Exactly. There's only 3 garages. So it's like it's not like you take a tour and go, "Oh, let me go check out BK12 today. Let me see if those guys are fun." And you go meet guys. "Hey guys, I'm thinking of coming here."
Yeah. What do you
No,
guys
you don't
think?
do that.
Do I fit in?
So you're taking a chance, unless you know somebody from the garage. You
Well,
had known people. Your
my
brother
brother
was there.
was there,
Yeah,
so-
your brother was there. You knew a few people. So, but yeah, for the most part, if you don't know anyone, you're just getting closer to your house.
Yes, that's that. But what happened with me was I put it in because everybody would tell you when you first got hired, right? You're going to go to, say, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. Wherever you go, they tell you, put your transfer in the day you get there.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
So, all right, that's what I did. I put my transfer in 1, 2, and 3. I did 1 because, my brother wasn't on the job yet. I just did 1, 2, 3. I guess just because of the order.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be. So I was in M2 for like 18 months. I think that's how long. Maybe a little bit longer. I was out Lodi. I cut my leg open doing baskets and had to get stitches. And I'm out Lodi. And the supers clerk, which is the guy that handles all the scheduling for the sanitation workers, he sits in an office with the superintendent of the garage, and he's the guy that handles.
He runs the show.
He runs the show. He runs the board, which is who's working what shift, who is on vacation, who has excuse without pay, all that stuff.
Real quick, one of the hardest jobs in the city.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's awful.
Thankless.
But when we were stewards, we had to fill in a lot.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
It's thankless. So I'm out Lodi, and I get a phone call from the supers clerk. He's like, "Goetz, you got your transfer." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you got your transfer to Staten Island 1. You got to be there Monday." It was Saturday.
It's crazy.
I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, I don't. He's like, "Kurt, you put a transfer the day you came here. A spot opened up and you got it." So
and just like that, you're out. You're gone.
And I went there at night because I'm out Lodi. So I probably had it because I was on no, I wasn't on probation.
No, we were past that.
I probably had a call or whatever I did to leave the house. I had to go there and get all my stuff out of my locker.
Yep.
I had to clean my locker out, and I didn't get to say goodbye to a lot of guys. So it's kind of weird that way when you leave.
Yeah.
From that aspect of it, and then I showed up on that Monday at Staten Island 1, and then a whole different world opened up for me.
Yeah, and like to get back to my point of like, you don't go on a tour, so. I mean, like we said, your brother was there. He had his foot in the door there.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know anybody personally in 1. I think I put 1, 2, 3 because 1 was not far from my house.
Yeah.
And then 2, et cetera, as they got further away. And it was just like, all right. They told me the same thing. They're like, you fill this transfer out, and they told me, they were like, I could take you 5 years.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even think about it.
I never even thought about it.
Yeah,
I was having fun. Because honestly, I could tell you the truth now, I think I probably would have stayed there another 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
Because I was having a blast. I had some seniority. Guys were retiring, so I was moving up there. Yeah. We only had 70, 80 guys. So it was a smaller garage, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So not to say I was pissed off, but it was to a point of you just didn't know what you were now going into.
Well, catch the grass of what you just said.
Yeah.
You were in a garage with 70, 80 guys. You came to Staten Island at the point when we came to Staten Island.
Yeah.
The garages were close to 200 men.
Yes.
I think
185,
at one point,
I think it was.
Something like that. Staten Island 3 had 205 men at one point.
Yeah.
So it was double the men.
Yep.
Manpower.
So
double the personalities, double everything.
Yeah, you're going to when we spoke about going to Manhattan and seeing like all these scraggly like walks of life, you were walking into a whole different animal there.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I remember getting a phone call. I was actually out on vacation. I was on vacation and they were like, "Hey, you got your transfer." I was kind of mad. I'm like,
what the
fuck? I'm like, no, I didn't want to do this. So now the same thing. I had to go into Manhattan, clean out my locker, see who I saw.
Yeah, that's it.
They were all pissed. You're a jerk off. You're leaving. Why you leaving? I'm like, because you jerk offs told me to do this. And I was going to put a transfer back in. But, went to Staten Island first day. This knucklehead, thankfully enough, the first day I walk in, I had no idea where the fuck I was going. And it's a shit show. There's a lot of guys on a Monday there.
Yeah.
So just say there's probably 120 guys there.
Yeah.
Because there's so many trucks and you have out of towners. So now I didn't even know who was in the garage because they forced so many guys nights for something else. And it was crazy. So Kurt walks right up to me. He's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Kurt. What's your name? You're new here. Yeah, blah, blah, blah." So, and we just hit it off right from there.
Yeah.
So but to guys like that will approach you because a lot of places you don't have those guys.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say I was lucky, but truly I was because I don't know what it would have been different if I went to 2. I knew no guys in 2.
Yeah.
Staten Island 2. I knew no guys at that time in 3.
You fit right in.
Yeah. It was like, welcome to the jungle. Here we go.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
The fucking place was sick.
And, Staten Island 1 was a different animal. It was during the summer, so we found out real fast, like we had said, I think in one of the first episode, we were talking about how the routes, they were like, "Oh yeah, here's the paper route," and at that time we only picked up paper, but you got a smaller truck.
Yep.
So they were 20 yarders instead of 25 yarders. In all reality, I think it still fit the same amount of weight
Probably.
because I think it was just a way for them to not pay us as much money.
Pay less truck money.
So we'll get into that. But we was talking single axle, which means there's only one set of tires in the back. The bigger trucks have two sets. But it was a wake up call, man. Because even being in Manhattan and doing as much paper, like we said,
Yeah.
you go there, it's like, what the fuck? Every house
Chasing it.
has a bundle. Like literally like a bundle of paper.
Just think about it, but just to bend over to pick up the bundle. Do that 1,000 times.
So do you remember, I don't remember his name. I work with him, I don't know, within the first few days. I forget his name. And I get in the truck and I'm looking at the dashboard and I'm like, like the dash over the glass, right?
I know where you're going with this.
And I'm like,
I know exactly where you're going with this.
What the fuck is going on here?
Fish hook.
No, so there's a hook, and he's got like a piece of wood with the hook that comes up, right?
Yeah.
And he introduced himself. Hey, I'm so and so, Mike something, I think.
I
forgot his last name, but he's like, hey, I use this hook to pick the basket to pick the bundles of paper up, so I don't have to bend all the way over. And it was a good length,
Yeah.
He's like, you can use it if you want.
Yeah, you can
I'm
use
like,
my hook.
Flashbacks to like, I know what you did last summer. Like when the guy's gouging people in the back. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Why am I in Staten Island?
Spitali,
that was what it was.
Spitali was lit, man.
Because my first day was, I got stuck with a guy from Staten Island 3, all these years now come around. And dude, he was right out of the 70s. Smoking on the back of the truck, smoking weed out the back, like just getting rip raw, man. Yeah, he was fucking shot, bro.
Good stuff.
But yeah, so it took me. So you kind of walked in with your brother was there already, so they kind of like right away. Yeah, they took you in. They put you with the right people. Exactly. I didn't have that. So, and like I remember the first week or so, I was like, this sucks. I think I'm getting out of here.
No.
And then I work with and then you know when the turn was? I worked with Freddie Rodriguez.
Oh, Fast Freddie.
Fast Freddie. And we did paper and we ran the route up. He was like, dude, you could work with me anytime. So it's just like anything else. Your name now gets out there that you were a good worker, you're a driver, you're this, you're that.
Yeah.
Boom. Now everybody's fighting over you people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like you'll come in the morning until you get a steady partner and all that. Yeah. You'll be in this spot. That name next to you will change 6 times over.
Also, you'd get some senior douchebags that would bump a guy that you wanted to work with because they knew you were a good worker and they weren't.
Yeah, and they
would fucking use you for the day.
Yeah.
But you know what? I didn't care. I would just put my head down and run like a fucking animal and get done.
Well, yeah, because you were getting the better route because you were with the senior guy.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever, just chalk it up. This guy's an idiot. He's not going to just say me and Kurt work together.
Yeah.
It's fine. But I'm like, it just happens though like that where you just, and you don't got to run, nothing like that. You're just either a good driver, you're just a steady worker and you're there not to jerk around.
Yeah.
And once that word gets out, now everybody wants peace. So... And we did. We had a lot of fun. Like within the first few months, it was turned up real quick.
I never had a time I didn't. Like I said, I never had a time I didn't laugh, man.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun, dude.
Because it was more of now you're on Staten Island.
Yeah,
like to get back to what we were saying, and you start doing things together.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to lunch. You're not in the middle of Midtown.
Yeah.
You're paying $88 for a fucking hamburger.
Yeah.
You're going to the local deli. You're going to sit down. You get to know people more.
Or you didn't have to work. You go to a bar, have a couple of drinks, hang out.
I never did that in Manhattan. I did with a few guys.
I did it a little bit at night when I worked 4 to 12s. Like the guys would go out. If you were working a Saturday night 4 to 12, some guys, you'd go out. There was a couple really, really, really good junior guys.
Yeah.
Like there was a guy, Jimmy Levin. I gravitated to him right away. Great guy.
Yeah.
And he looked out for me. He was a tough kid. And he looked out for me. And he knew where to go and where to hang out and what bars to go to. And he was just a good dude.
An easy guy to get along with.
Yeah. He was a street guy. He was a tough kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he was tough. He was definitely a great guy. But those guys, a couple of them, we would, go out, have a drink or whatever at night. But it was only really on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Like we would work on a Wednesday and be like, yo, what are you doing after this? Let's go get a beer.
Well, because if you were working 4 to 12s, you
No,
don't
but
have
even
to worry
in general,
about it.
like on a Wednesday, 6 to 2. What are you guys doing later? You want to go here and go get a beer and have something to eat?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah, but in Staten Island was different. Like you would go out and then you're calling sick for 3 days and because you just went out too long.
Yeah,
and,
you fucked around.
but and it changed on that aspect of it. Like now you really started to enjoy the better parts of the job.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just a job now. You were making friendships. And I have friends that are still from Manhattan. I still talk to guys that I worked with in Manhattan. I got no problems with them.
I never really took it serious. So I would make sure that I was making people laugh.
Yeah.
No matter what it was.
Yeah, you had to. Especially when you're a new guy in the garage.
Yeah, man.
And everybody heard about you. Now you got to, hey, all right, I got to be the funny guy now.
Listen, anybody that's watched the podcast, if they truly know me from the job, they know how I was. I don't think I had many enemies. I think people thought I was a little fucked up in the head. I was a little crazy. I did a lot of off the wall shit. But
no, the same here. It's like everybody would always say like, "Oh, and you're such a douchebag," but it was because I was always busting chops.
Yeah.
Like I never could take it serious.
Yeah, but that's what I said when I said it was like a fucking like a
frat house.
A frat house.
Yeah,
everybody broke everybody's balls. Everybody.
Yeah. It was like Animal House
Animal
every
House.
day.
Yeah. Everybody broke everybody's balls. If you weren't getting your balls broken, that person didn't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah. So
basically,
and it was good because now we think about, we spoke about the guys in Manhattan that we got into. Now we get into the old timers that were in Staten Island. And you're talking dinosaurs, bro. That's what we used to call them. We used to walk around like, here they come.
Different breed.
I mean, you got guys and a lot of them. Like in my old garage, I had one guy, he had 40 years on. God rest his soul. They forced him off the job. I think he was dead within 6 months.
Staten Island was different. There was
when you went to Staten Island, we used to call it Jurassic Park. Because it was all old timers.
Yeah,
You're talking anywhere from 40 years to 30 years was the first 25 guys in the garage.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to leave. And I think and they could say all they want. Oh, I'm working my pension, this and that. No, because they were having a blast. Yeah. It was like a fucking frat house. It was like the movie Animal House. They never wanted to be home.
Listen, some of the best moments in sanitation are before the shift starts.
Yeah.
Like before the 6 to 2 starts or at sign out or, like every garage was different. Like one had 2 different locker rooms, right?
Yeah.
So you would have these guys making coffee.
Tough to get into that locker room too.
We were in the locker room. I don't know how the fuck I got into that locker room. Yeah. I guess my brother.
I guess you
my brother was in there, maybe.
Yeah, I guess you gave good word for me.
There was a good locker room and a bad locker room with Staten Island. But I had so many laughs with just being around getting coffee from Pinto. Yeah. Just the guys breaking each other's balls right by the coffee.
All those old timers, man.
They were good guys. I learned a lot from them guys too, though.
Franny and you had all those guys, Kevin, Kiernan, and Diorio, and I could go on for days with names.
I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in 1. I had a lot of fun in 3. Different types of guys, different walks of life.
Yeah.
Like same thing. Like we had the Nasty 9.
Yep.
We had our own room in Staten Island 1. It was 9 guys.
You got to elaborate on that one.
Well, okay, so
I forget who it was.
So we took over a room in Staten Island 1.
Well, room meaning like there was like a small office. And then the section officer needed more room or whatever.
Yeah.
So we took the smaller room over, which means we put a few couches, we put a TV in there. It was just a spot.
Refrigerator that I had.
Yeah, it was just a spot. TV. So when we say we took a room, we just
did
a spot that we could hang out in.
But we put tile floor down. We painted. We put blinds. We did. I mean, it was
we
nice.
did it all. The city don't give us
No. We paid for all of it ourselves.
Yeah, but we did that because, like, when we get done with the routes, we want to hang out.
Yeah.
That's we didn't want to just sit in the locker room.
No,
and just sit on locker benches.
No,
like
we had our own.
We wanted to have a nice spot to hang out. But
yeah, and I had a similar thing to that. Like where I hung out at Staten Island 3 was set up in the sections down that long hallway, and I hung out at the end of that last section with the group of guys that I hung out with every day.
What'd you guys call yourselves? The Lovely 11?
There was no name down there.
No Lovely 11s?
It was just the end of the hallway. It was just the end of the hallway, but it was all those guys that were in that room.
Yeah, I've been in that room.
Those are the guys that, when I went to 3, those are the guys that became my best friends.
Yeah.
And I still talk to them today.
Spend a lot of time with them.
Yeah, it was, and that's what, not that you secluded yourself, but like I said in the first episode, you gravitated to the people that you had the same interests. So if there was 8 sections down the hallway, 8 rooms were full with people, but just different guys that like different things. Yeah. Staten Island 1, it was that room that we had, and guys got pissed, remember?
Yeah.
We had our own key.
Yeah.
So 9 guys had keys. It was me, you, Louie, my brother, Dags,
Donnie, Gus,
Roman,
and Eric Kazera. The 9 of us. But, when you say that, it's also because there were 9 guys that were going to take care of the shit.
Yes.
Yeah, hey guys, we need
the refrigerator.
Yeah, we need waters, we need sodas, we need snacks.
Candy,
and okay, whatever. Whoever was out, hey, I got it. Yeah. Don't worry about it. And we just filled it. No one ever questioned of it wasn't like, oh, we need money to collect for the sodas and whatever.
Yeah.
But it was a lot
don't get
of
it
fun.
wrong. It's not like we didn't let other people in.
Yeah, but no, only certain keys.
Guys had keys.
Because if not, people
it would have been a shit show.
They would have took the whole fridge.
Well, I would call it. It's so fucking mean. So when people were like, "Where you going? Where you going to eat your lunch?" I go, "Not Gen Pop."
Yeah,
because I would call the locker room Gen Pop. Because
well, first off, the city in that garage never gave them a real place to eat lunch anyway. No. We never had a real lunch. So it was in the middle of the locker room. There was one table with 6 chairs.
Yeah.
That's where, and listen, the guys were good. Like if I walked in with lunch and guys were done,
they would get up.
Hey, guy, come sit. Don't. Yeah. The other side didn't even have that. In the back, they had a table that
was all the senior guys.
They didn't eat lunch there.
Well, you couldn't sit there.
They drank lunch there.
They didn't want you there.
They only drank lunch in that back corner.
They didn't want you back there.
But yeah, there was another crew that had another room that, they hung out in, and everybody had like rooms all around the garage. Yeah. Section 11 had their area. Yeah. You call it Gen Pop with the other locker room because there's no locks to those locker rooms. No. Our locker room that we were in
had a lock.
Had a key.
Yeah.
So if that door was locked, you got your key, you got it out, you're good. The other one was a freebie. So people would walk in off the street, start trying on people's boots. Yeah. You had guys that would come in. Dude was trying to do boots on.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Oh, I was just seeing if these fit. Well, get the fuck out of here, bro. It was just some random dude that walked in and
because that garage is in the middle of a neighborhood.
Exactly. So
not all garages are like that.
Yeah, and that happened there. Like they would just come in off the street, take shit.
Crazy shit I seen in that garage, bro.
So it was getting, used to like having that. Like in 6 in Manhattan, we had a massive lunchroom, pool table, and then we go there and I'm eating lunch while the guy's taking his clothes off.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not normal.
No.
So then when we got the room, guys were pissed off. But we were close. Like the 9 of us got really close. There was a few guys that worked nights. So it was good. We had a few guys on different shifts.
Yeah.
So even if you went nights, you still had a few guys to hang out with.
Yeah.
But like you said, I got along with everyone. I never had a problem with anyone on the job. Did some people have a problem with me? Yeah, whatever. If you don't like the way I speak or, bust chops, like I'm doing it for laughs. I never meant harm in any way. And you could, even the people that would say like, oh, you're a jerk off. You ask them, they're like, oh no, I love Owen. Like it was just more of like having fun, making the best of the day. Like, come on, guys.
Busting balls. It was always busting balls.
Because some of the guys
that's all I remember. Like
hated the fucking job. Some of the guys just hated the fucking job.
They used to call me the gorilla at 3 and fucking post pictures in group chats of a fucking gorilla. Or one time they called me actually eating a banana and fucking
Jesus
lit me and fucking put it in the I'm like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it was part of being accepted. It was like you knew they were your group. Like they, just like the guys in 1, bro. It was just fucking, if they weren't making fun of you, they didn't want to be bothered with you.
Yeah. And you did have a lot of different groups in Staten Island 1.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of guys. You're talking 200 guys,
And you got to remember, we were young kids, man.
Yeah. I was
still in my 20s when I went to Staten Island 1,
23 years old.
And I'm working with a guy that's fucking 55 or something, and we have nothing in common other than maybe sports, to talk sports. But there's nothing we're talking about. We're not going to the same places. We're not doing the same thing.
And, and this is like kind of, hairy to talk about, but, we're also coming from Manhattan where, we finished our routes, we hung out all day, signed out, went home.
Yeah.
We come to Staten Island and the lunchtime, the place is a fucking ghost town.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where is everybody?
Because it was different because you could go home.
Well, yeah, you can go home,
Take
shower,
a shower, come back.
Because with the showers were like,
Gross.
porta potties, talking about porta potties.
They were gross.
They were disgusting. The city, oh yeah, we were going to retile them.
Yeah,
they would just
retile.
slap, I think they duct taped new tile on them.
I don't think anybody ever went in there and cleaned it with like fucking Lysol or anything.
No. And so I would we'd come back from lunch or come out after lunch or whatever. And because we're new and we're going back out after lunch, like we don't know to run routes up the first few days. I'm like, where the hell is everybody? Like no cars in the parking lot. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And total different job now. But like I said, they would go home, shower, eat lunch there,
come back,
and then come back and sign out and do what they wanted to do. But that was part of the job when you came to Staten Island.
Your route was always done.
Yeah, you did your route, you were done, and that's it. Vamos. But yeah, and that was the thing. Coming to Staten Island was, I don't want to say shitty, but I did. I missed Six. I missed all the guys.
I missed the action too.
That too. Like now you come out, like I was saying last episode, there's no one on the street. Everybody's cursing at you because you're there at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Traffic, on the way to work.
All the teachers are pissed because you're blocking them. They're late for school, but it's just part of what it was. Like, yeah, you're in a different area now.
Yeah,
you ain't in the loud, trucks and beeping and all that all over the place. That's done. That's it. So it's like, all right, I guess this is the new norm, and we're just gonna get through it.
Well, I got through it all right.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
I had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Most of my off-the-wall shit was done at 1.
Yeah,
most of my off-the-wall shit was done at 1.
Because it was like let's put it this way. Staten Island 1 was like the zoo of all the Staten Island garages. Yeah, we just did crazy shit. They used to call us the Misfits.
Listen, bro, we can talk about this later, but I'm just going to say real quick. When me and you were partners, I picked up a route in a wedding dress.
Yes.
Literally, I did the route in a wedding dress, went to break in a wedding dress.
Yeah, he did. He did, folks. I
was behind the truck. People thought I was nuts.
And I think of this because we spoke about this a few weeks ago because we were looking for the picture. There is a picture.
There is a picture. I'm trying to get it.
There is a picture. We're trying to get it from our buddy Vinny. Shout out to Vinny. Miss you, Vin. But yeah, anyway, we're trying to get the picture. I'm just trying to think because once again, we're on Staten Island. The people look out the window when we're picking the garbage up, right? What was that woman thinking when she saw you open her wedding dress box
and put it on
and start walking down the street with the fucking wedding dress on?
I took my pants off and put a woman's wedding dress on. The only reason I did was because you could see when I took it out of the plastic container it was in, it was big. And he zipped me up. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
He zipped it up. It didn't go all the way closed. It was like this much at the top, the zip it didn't close. So, but I wasn't this big back then either, and I had that on with boots, and I did the whole route.
Yeah.
And I went to break, sat at break.
Yeah, and Vinny took the picture.
Vinny took a picture of me.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I did off-the-wall shit in that garage.
Yeah, there was always something like that going on.
Crazy.
There was always just something.
Fideli, the shit that he would do.
Chris.
His wife turned his pants into a skirt. And he came into roll call with his privates hanging past his skirt. It was like
but they said you got to be in a uniform. And he said, well, this is my uniform.
This is my uniform.
And they really had nothing to say.
Nobody ever said nothing, dude.
But yeah, we did off the wall kind of finding stuff where it was like, oh, I'm going to try this on or I'm going to throw this. Dude, and this is why it's just nuts to even think about it. I remember being, and now I just transferred in. I remember being on a route with Didio. And, Sal didn't leave yet.
Yeah.
Then he went to the fire department.
Yeah.
And we're on a route at night. And it's near Victory Boulevard area. And we're picking up somebody's house. And there's like 6 bowling balls. I'm like, what, this guy just steal him or rob Rab's lane? Like, what the fuck just happened here, right? Dude, he's like, we should roll these into Victory Boulevard.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
We did. We rolled 2 of them down the block, and then we just sat there and stood. We just sit there and watched. Like it was normal. Like what we were doing is normal. Like when you're a kid and you push a tire down the down the street and let it ghost ride down the block. Afterwards, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is what, because there was no excitement going around.
No.
You had to make your own excitement.
That.
There was no city where it's this, it's that.
Everything
car
was
crash.
Guy
got hit by a car.
Everything's humming. Everything's moving.
Everything's going. It's like a mile a minute. You get Staten Island. It's like I said, a ghost town. It's like, wait, do people live here? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And
that's
what
you really see, because it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You're out there. You don't see a soul. You're like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
When you first get there, you're like, this is crazy. This is so different.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And then you're like, say you're coming down Bar and you're by the hospital. Then all of a sudden there's 30 cars behind you.
Yeah.
And you got to throw a fridge in the metal, you know? And you're having a hard time cycling up. And everybody's cursing you out.
Because they're all going to the ferry.
I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Certain blocks I hated coming down.
Yeah, and I used to tell them, like, you get up 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah, I always said that.
Stop taking the same roads on certain routes.
I always said that.
Mark your calendar.
Yeah.
Wednesday, 6:10. Don't go down Bard Avenue.
And if you had your own route, you were at the same spot, the same time. Every time.
I would.
Right around. Maybe 10 minutes different.
The same people
would yell at you. Yeah.
Would get caught behind me. And I knew most of them. Yeah. You live on Staten Island, and that was my area. I was from that North Shore area, so I knew a lot of the people. So it was like, oh, Wayne, like they're busting my chops. Can you just move? And of course, I'm going to move for somebody I know.
As soon as you get a chance to move over.
I'll tell you the truth, Kurt. If you weren't a jerk off, if you got, if you kept your distance, let me throw a stop or 2 in. I would always move the truck over, let you go by, or go around the block. It wasn't like Manhattan. Manhattan's totally different. When you let someone go by or go around the block in Manhattan, it'll take you 25 minutes to get back around the block. Easy, So it's not the same thing in Staten Island. It's like, you know what? Yeah, go up. Don't worry. We'll come back and get this
we'll
piece.
Get this later.
Just make a left. We got to do that block anyway.
Houses,
and then when we'll come around, especially near the hospital, when I had that route.
A nightmare.
But it's like, it's 2 different animals. Just don't get behind the truck and start blowing the horn. We see you, people. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, man. Have a little compassion for the garbage man.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit, but it's shitty. It's like, you know what? Like I had said, when people would get close and you would cycle the hopper, and then they would get sprayed, like if it was raining, and the hopper juice would come out and all over the friggin', they'd have disco rice, maggots all over the hood.
Shit,
And I just put my arms like
why
you're
the fuck
an idiot.
Would you pull up that close?
I was going to let you go.
Yeah.
Like, why? What are you doing? Because you had people where, I had people in Brooklyn. I worked some days out of town. Dude, they open the whole side of their car. They go by when we had the steps. They can't open the whole side of the car because they can't wait 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, guys, girls out there, just come on. What are you doing? Where is the fire? Like, it's fucking unbelievable. Like,
Funny shit.
I'm late. I'm this. I'm that. Well, wake up earlier.
I know.
It just makes no sense.
A lot of people hated us. A lot of people hated us during the snow too.
Oh, snow's a whole different animal. We'll get into the snow in next coming episodes, but I think we did. I think we did a good job. I think we did a good job today.
I know I did a good job today.
We hit a lot of things where, like we said, people, we're just getting used to, getting all this together, information. There's a lot of stories that we have that we're gonna get to.
There's a ton of stories we have.
But we also want to inform people about like what we're talking about too. So when we go back and talk about things, it's like kind of to let you know how things worked, certain names for things. We don't want to just run through it because you could do that on a Friday night with us and just have a conversation and you know nothing about the job.
Well, and you could see how we're going with the way the podcast is going.
Yeah.
We don't only talk about sanitation. We talk about other things, life stuff too.
Of course.
We because it's not just about this job. That's the premise of it, but there's other stuff going on in our lives.
It's what got us into it, talking about the job.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want to still talk about current events and things that are going on in the world. And, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to mix things up and just have a good conversation. And hopefully you'll, keep attending these videos and watching them and enjoying them.
If they do keep attending and watching, sharing,
subscribe,
please,
people.
We'll call Woods up.
Yeah,
we're gonna have Woods on the show. I hope.
Yeah, one of these days he's gonna get out here one day.
And if you're all nice, you could comment on where you want me to get the logo tattooed on my body, and I will do it.
He's been talking about it.
I will get the logo tattooed on.
Now I got to set up a tattoo shop down here.
Well, don't worry about it, people. You get to see me.
Yeah, maybe
grind my teeth as he's
No. Woods is good. Woods did one of my spots in his basement years ago.
That'll be a nice little episode. Big Daddy gets tattooed.
Big Daddy's tats. Yeah, so check us out on Instagram at Trash and Talk Pod. Email us at trashandtalkpod@gmail.com. And YouTube, the Trash and Talk. Subscribe, people. It's free.
It's free. And
don't be afraid.
You can get it right on the Trash and Talk Instagram. You can link right up right there. There's a link. There's a link right there on our Instagram page. You just hit the button.
All right, cool.
It takes you right there. On my Instagram, I have it also. You could just link on there. I don't know if you have it on yours yet.
I don't think so.
We'll have to put it on yours too.
I'm trying to still figure all this computer stuff out.
I'm
getting there though, people.
We'll edit to yours.
I'm actually learning. I'm not going to lie. I'm learning this editing stuff.
Shout out to Wayne. He's doing the editing.
It's coming around and I got a lot of great people that are helping me out. You know, Ben Becker is fucking awesome.
Thank you, Ben.
Ben, you're the man. Thank you so much for everything. Man. And Keith Blacknick, he's helping me. He's a relative, and just the little tidbits the one thing I see about this real quick before we go, this community of podcasters, I've had people reach out to me personally through Instagram or through the emails, and it's truly amazing, and I'm happy to be part of it now, and like hopefully we grow to where we can help people at some point. Everybody wants to help. It's you have one question and you get 50 answers.
Yeah,
it truly is amazing, and I thank everyone that's helped us, with all this, and
thank you guys.
And I want you to have a great day, and remember, be nice to people. Never know what somebody's going through. Amen. Take care, people.
Amen to that, people.
What's up? Yeah. Get a load of this.